Late 1980s. In boxing, there was only one king of terror, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
But in Britain, they had their own hero, Frank Bruno.
There is only one Frank Bruno.
Powerful, towering, a true monster with arms like steel beams.
He's got him again. He won't get up from that. He's stretched out over the photographer.
Crowds believed he would be the one to break Iron Mike. He would be the one to stop the knockout machine. Their story couldn't be contained in just one fight.
Frank Bruno. Tyson trying to fight.
It was a rivalry the world watched with jaws dropped. Two wars, two legends, and it all began right here.
It's the Bruno. Let's get it on.
Frank Bruno with the bodybuilders.
Frank Bruno began his professional career in March 1982. Athletic and with incredible punching power, the boxer easily started his career, winning 21 fights in a row by knockout. A significant jump in the level of opposition occurred in May 1984, when Frank faced strong James Smith, who would win the world title in the future. For the first 8 rounds, the advantage of London's puncher was undeniable. But Smith endured all of his opponent's blows and patiently waited for his chance. In the fight against Smith, Bruno's serious weakness was exposed, his bad endurance. In the 9th round, strength began to rapidly leave the Englishman. And in the final 10th round, Smith knocked out Bruno.
Smith doing a Cummings on him. And Bruno looks out on his feet to me. Oh, he's got him.
It was a big fight. Frank was a powerful puncher. He landed good combinations. I understood that in England I would never beat him by decision. I knocked out Bruno in his hometown. This allowed me to go to the championship fight against Larry Holmes in the next fight, the American later recalled. This defeat from Smith did not break Bruno. The boxer won 7 fights in a row, and 6 of them by knockout. His success stood out in the fight against former world champion Jerry Coetzee. Bruno twice sent the South African to the floor of the ring, ending the fight with a brutal knockout already in the first round. In July 1986, Bruno got his first shot at the world heavyweight title. The fight against WBA belt holder Tim Witherspoon turned out to be competitive and stubborn. Bruno was leading on points, but his stamina let him down again. In the 11th round, the experienced Witherspoon removed all questions regarding the winner, forcing the referee to stop the fight.
He's starting to go to pieces in the corner, and he's breaking up a bit now, and he's hitting him on, he's down, he's got to get him up, and the towel has come in from Terry Lawless's corner in the 11th round towards the end.
This is the best moment of my career. I think that if Frank had my trainers, he would have beaten me. Bruno is a real gentleman. He called me the next day to see if I was okay, Witherspoon said. The Englishman then had 4 knockout victories, among which success in fights against former title contenders James Tillis and Joe Bugner can be mentioned. This allowed Bruno again to come close to achieving his dream. He got a chance to win the title of undisputed world champion in the WBC, WBA, and IBF versions, owned by Iron Mike Tyson. The chances of the challenger were rather low, but Bruno didn't care about all the predictions. Knowing perfectly well how dangerous his opponent was, he trained hard, and by the time which was on February 25, 1989, the English puncher was in excellent physical shape and intended to shock the world.
I'm cautioning you again, obey my commands at all times. Is there any questions? Shake hands, good luck.
The fight of the two recognized knockout machines, who had 62 knockouts combined, lived up to all expectations. The boxers actively began the fight, attacking each other with blows. At the beginning of the starting round, after Mike's combination, Bruno was on the floor of the ring. The boxer was not stunned at all, and without much difficulty convinced the referee that he was ready to continue the fight. but it was easily noticeable how the champion had regressed. There was no former deadly speed, sharpness, and excellent body defense. Mike was extremely basic, simply trying to break his opponent. Several times, Bruno hit the champion with blows from the right and held him with his left hand. At one point, Bruno held Mike and then hit him on the back of the head. The referee didn't miss it, and the challenger was rightly penalized for 1 point.
Right hand catches Bruno. Left hook. Bruno looks ready to go. Now is when he's going to hang on. Powering with that left hand and get a punch off. Mike catches him with a good left hook. And Bruno has
The fourth round of the fight began with a furious attack by Mike, who stunned Bruno with a powerful hit from the right. Bruno withstood the onslaught of the champion, and closer to the middle of the round, he even hit a beautiful left uppercut. The champion increased the pressure, and the second half of the round was completely his.
Bruno looks a little wobbly. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him. He's really being hit now. Anything by the time this fight's over. But Frank Bruno is trying to make a fight of it. He's hanging on. It'll be interesting to see if he's like a wild man in round two. And it looks like he's ready to be a wild. Terry Lawless and George Francis the keys. Bruno tries to hang on. Probably what he should do is get down to his knee and take an 8 count instead of letting this guy nail him with a flush right hand. Chris Jott. Bruno ties him up inside. Again, Richard Steele warns Frank Bruno. Now Frank comes very slowly across the ring. He knows he's in with a bull. Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks Bruno. It's so exciting, it's hard to do that. But a special hello to Chris Myrams in Wellington himself, so he can't punch. Tyson misses wild with Frank Bruno, and your heart's almost with Frank to hope he can make a good fight of it. That light, ooh, another right hand gets through.
Come on, Percy, get out of there. Get your arms back, pull them back.
Tyson, on the other hand, way up front in the fight. Bruno is caught by a right hand and a left hook. Bruno comes back and
The fifth round was at first without a noticeable advantage for any of the boxers. But at the end of the round, Mike managed to seriously hit the challenger. Bruno endured all the terrible hits, but the number of missed hits grew rapidly. The fight was stopped a few seconds before the end of the round, when the referee rightly gave the go-ahead, saving the health of the Briton who was being destroyed.
Tyson looks clear, but he was caught by a shot by Frank Bruno. Tyson trying to fight back. This is round 5. His last time out against Michael Spinks. And he hasn't fought since June. We're in round. So far, the big heavy blow. Bruno's been able to escape. And the chant from the better than 5,000 British subjects that are here cheering short assault. Nothing there. Tyson has a lot of movement where Frank Bruno is in some shape. Big, vicious body shot. Taken right underneath the heart. Catches Tyson. Right hand cut Bruno right in the forehead. It was in his fight.
No holding, no holding. Come on.
Uppercut comes that time. We're in the closing seconds now of round 4. This place seats about 8,000 or 9,000 here at the Hilton Hotel. Bruno was caught that time, and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes. Scores with the uppercut. Lands a big right hand. Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go. He hits him with a right hand. Bruno trying to hang on as best he can. He's still in big trouble. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell as the big right hand lands. Tyson knows he's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele has moved in and has stopped the fight. It's all over. Michael Tyson wins on a 5th round.
Their paths crossed again after 7 long years. This time, Tyson entered the ring as a contender. This was Mike's 3rd fight after getting out of prison, and the career peak of the great champion had already passed. Frank Bruno, who defeated Oliver McCall in his last fight and took his WBC title, entered the ring in excellent physical condition. But As before the first fight, it was his opponent who was considered to be the clear favorite. The Tyson-Bruno rematch happened on March 16, 1996. Tyson started the fight as if there was no break after their first fight, and the 6th round of that fight began. He started aggressively, and already in the first seconds he managed to land a powerful blow from the right. The champion stopped his opponent's aggression with the help of clinches, for which he received a fair note from the referee, and periodically hit well with a jab, but Mike was simply unstoppable that evening. In the middle of the round, he again forced his opponent to start going into the clinch, stunning with a powerful left hook. Mike looked much better than in the first fight, and at the end of the round, he again managed to stun Frank with his powerful punches.
Fight it out, okay? Now come on, let's go.
If he's going to throw that right hand, he's got his jab into Mike and throw the right hand into
the legs of Frank Bruno. That's the first one he felt the steam. He's not fighting offensively.
Right uppercut there by Bruno, but doing no damage.
Frank, concentrate on what we're doing.
That's not my job, mate.
Don't now, come on, you know you can win the fight.
nice counter right hand.
The second round began with powerful hits from the challenger, which Bruno traditionally stopped with the help of clinches. This style of the champion began to frankly annoy everyone, although it was difficult to blame Bruno for such unworthy defense of his title. The experienced boxer, who fully felt the strength of his opponent in the first fight, tried to minimize the damage in every possible way, realizing that an open fight with Tyson would only result in heavy and painful defeat.
Combination by Tyson, and Bruno holds on.
Steve, Bruno took that left hand better than he took the first one. He seemed to adjust a little bit. He caught 2 shots there and did not react as badly as he did in the first round. Maybe the nerves and the jitters, he may be settling in.
He has no offensive desire.
In the middle of the round, Mike again hit heavily, but failed to finish the fight. Bruno began grappling with Tyson at a frequent basis in an effort to slow him down. The referee did not appreciate Frank's style, rightly punishing him with a deduction of a point.
As if it makes any difference.
Tyson's trainer Jay Bright said he's concerned about keeping Tyson under control of the belt. He'll be very anxious.
Anywhere.
Bruno threw a nice right hand around the side of Tyson's ear and then a left hook to the body. Didn't seem to do anything, but it was a
And
nice...
anytime, oh, here comes Tyson. Tyson with a combination with 20 seconds left in round 1.
He got Bruno's attention, wobbled Bruno with that punch, and this is what I mean if he makes a mistake early.
The third round was destined to be his last. It began with Tyson's attack, which Frank stopped with a clinch, for which he received a fair note from the referee. But a few moments later, Tyson unleashed a 13-punch combination that caused referee Mills Lane to stop the fight and award Tyson the victory via technical knockout.
He's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGillian Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is champion again.
And that is it. Mike Tyson is back. The Tyson era has begun.
29-year-old Mike became a 2-time world champion, making his way to a financially attractive mega fight against Evander Holyfield.
Gentlemen, with the time of 50 seconds in round number 3, he's the winner by way of technical knockout, the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
The great performance against the Englishman led many to believe that Iron was even better than he was before prison. And Bruno, after this fight, announced that it was the end of his bright and rich big fights career. With this, friends, we end our review. I hope you found it interesting and informative. If so, support our channel with your likes and reposts. And thanks for watching. See you all soon. Bye.